As a beautiful backdrop for the golfing shots of Sam Snead, the picturesque layout is the Boca Rotan course in Florida. So duffers and divot diggers, come one, come all. With this kind of scenery, we'll all have a ball. Now don't let the sand trap scare you. The old pro's here to show us the way. The West Virginia hillbilly, who's made a fortune on the fairways for 25 years. The golfer's golfer, Slammin' Sammy Snead. You know, it looks so easy. From up here, that is. The old master tells us first to get our feet on the ground and plant them firmly for a tee shot. And try to concentrate on a few dozen things at once, starting with the most important element of all, the grip. This is the earnest concern shown by birdie watchers the country over, amateur or professional. And on many a family's vacation, the golf course determines the destination. Even if the wife doesn't play golf, the course is nearly always at a good clubhouse. But lately, it's rare to find a golfing widow who makes that old remark, it looks like good exercise, but what's the little white ball for? Gary Nixon gives her the answer. A pro himself, Gary comes along to give old man Parr a hand with Sam. For an iron shot, note the ball is centered and the stance is closed slightly. This is Sam's form for a long iron shot. Far from being bogged down in technicalities, the precision of the sport is half the fun. Matching your wits against the hazards. Selecting the exact weapon to make an assault on par. A shot like this takes more ballistics than just aiming and firing. Since the game began in Scotland, from Bobby Jones to President Eisenhower, there hasn't been a greater golfer than this country boy. That ball is going, it's gone. But we're here to shed light on the secrets of Sammy Snead. Not that many of us could duplicate his form. Just seeing how is exciting enough. How does he slam those bullets? Well, he says first is the grip, with the hands wedged tightly together, the little finger of the right hand overlapping the forefinger of the left. And through the swing, hold your head still, the hands snugly together to work harmoniously for full control and power. When caddies with a critical eye look on, you know it's worthwhile taking notes. For a detailed study, slow motion reveals how to get distance. He suggests a relaxed backswing, pushing the club back with the left hand, then leading the club down with the left hand and arm, keeping the body out of the swing till the final punch. Be sure your clubs have the right feel in length, weight, and flexibility. And in your driving stance from the tee, the ball is off the left heel. For a number 2 iron shot, the ball is played toward the left heel. The lofted irons require an open stance with the feet relatively close together and near the ball. Now, let's follow the slammer from tee to pin. Few rounds are alike. Each lie can present the unexpected. Here, for example, would you put your back to the tree or would you say, hey, what's going on there? Hey, Sam, your club's turned over. Well, how about that? And he landed on the green. He's a man of many wonders. Now his wood shot's inverted. But as we said, part of the fun is not knowing what's ahead. The sands of time even catch up with the champ. And what kind of tips do we get here? Another turned over shot, and from a trap of all places. Wiggle your feet to get a firm foundation and also to test the texture of the sand, for it's the sand you'll blast behind the ball. Again, we slow down to show that he hits down and through, with the blade entering the sand behind the ball. The bunker shot is easier than it looks, so says our professional. Did you ever think it might be exciting to have a job just playing golf? Well, how do you like this typical day with Sam Snead? Starts out in good company, and look who's calling, the champ of another sport, former heavyweight boxer Rocky Marciano. Sam agrees to meet the blockbuster as long as it's on the course, for golfing is more skill than power. And for the first lesson, never make an entrance like this. A golfer has to concentrate. But after all, who's going to argue with an undefeated heavyweight? One of the teacher's concerns is pivoting at the waist. For the more in the middle, the more shots they waste. But both of the old champs are in good shape. You know, it's always been significant to me that a good athlete in one sport can excel in another. Not bad, but Snead is a perfectionist and reminds Rocky that the left hand is responsible for maintaining the correct position of the club head and requires a secure grip at all times. Rocky argues that nobody can tell him how to use his hands, so Sam suggests that boxing gloves might help his game. Hey, Sam, watch the wisecracks, else you're liable to be seeing more birdies than usual. Well, wouldn't you know it? After all our talk about scientific grips, the slugger knocks out old man Parr with his gloves on. That's just one of the annoyances of the day for Sam. He still can't escape the telephone, though his office is the great out of doors. And that's the kind of secretary every man should have. Calling this time is Robert Trent Jones, the architect of the Boca Raton Links, who wants the busy pro to look over the plans of another course. Sam cooperates because a picturesque and perilous layout is the golfer's dream. And since the first 18 holes in America in 1893, 5,000 have been built across the country. And the telephone girl keeps tracking him down, but till she finds him, he can try out a few ideas for the architect. With the recent surge of golfing popularity, this man's work will be eagerly awaited by the nation's 3.5 million persistent pursuers of the white pellet. It's big business for Snead, who follows the sun playing for pay, under unrelenting pressure, where thousands of dollars are measured by the inch. But now there's pressure of another nature. How a telephone can hound you. This is one time on a golf course to be behind a tree. She gets the wrong directions from baseball player Bud Daly. It's all in a day for the good-natured millionaire country boy, the fairway's fair-haired Samuel Jackson Snead.